And this is the Medlocks Show.
Another Hood Fibers classic.
The question is a woman wrong for keeping a baby that the man told her he didn't want?
Yeah. And I told her, I guess, I told her for me, I said, listen, you still responsible. You know what I'm saying? Because whether you don't want the baby or you ain't like shorty like that or whatever, one night stand, whatever, two things happens as a man. You go raw, right? So that's your first decision that you got to be held accountable for.
Right.
And the second thing is you busted, right? So now you took the first chance. Like damn, I took death the first chance because she could have anything. Then the second chance, you said not only not chose to go against death possibly.
Right.
I'ma just say fuck it. If I'ma die, nigga, I'ma die motherfucking living life. You feel me? Now, with that being said, with that, huh?
The song I'm a dive in.
Yeah. You dived in. You dived in. What's that song? You did the Trigger Trey songs on 'em. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So I feel like you do have to say, you know what, whether I don't want it or not, I think you still should be held responsible to take care of it or something like that because no child has asked to be in this fucking planet. You dig? So I think that's why I felt that way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, let me hear what y'all think.
It's funny when you said that to me. That's why I sent you that song. You know, you put me on the 38 Special, the Conway, you know what I'm saying, the Zelda Boys.
Yes,
And they
sir.
had a song. They had a song where that joint on board something like, "Oh, that's why I'm driving down the road." That joint popped on, and it was like the baby. He was saying in the song like the baby didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? Even if you know my mom was for the streets, blah blah blah. What they got to do with me? Type thing. You're like, I'm like, dang, that's deep. That is wow. So it's a sticky situation because if you're saying that the pops is asking that he's not ready for that type of time, he's not ready to be a father, ready to be a man, the sister got to make a decision based on that. Like at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, like you said, that I mean, baby didn't ask to be here. But then, listen, I'm not gonna say, but the fact is, as a woman, you can't expect him to be there if he told you that. I'm not saying that that's what a man's supposed to
Yeah,
do because
yeah,
that's not
yeah,
a man's
yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
do.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, beloved.
If he is just because he told your friends like, oh no, he no good or he not there for me, he told you what it was. He told you
Right.
he revealed his character. He said this is what it is, so now you know the man that you're dealing with. So you gotta understand that too. Like I salute you for doing everything a man's supposed to do. You holding it down as a woman, but just don't be surprised when he's not there. That's all.
Yeah, that's real talk. Well, I want to hear from the ladies. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to sit back, sip my drink, and hear what y'all got to say about this shit.
Go ahead.
Well, I feel like it's like both sided because I feel that if everybody's going there because we can't say just a woman just supposed to do blah 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 blah. We both it was fun. We both knew it was pleasure. So if I did get pregnant and I come to you and say you don't want to be there, I have a choice to go there and abort it. You don't have that choice. So if I have it in my head where I'm just going to keep it and I'm going to be a mother regardless of what you say, I can't get mad at you if you say you're not going to be there. But I can be mad at you because of the fact that I feel like we both did it together. So now I'm a little upset that you can't step up and do it because it is my body and I feel like it's a whole lot. You want me to go there and go through all this other stuff to get rid of it and it's gonna be wearing on my conscience. Not saying that it's not gonna wear on yours either, but it gets to go through my body. I have to feel all the pain and everything that's gonna come with it. So I'm
Hmm.
upset with you because we both decided to have pleasure. And what came pleasure is we both knew the consequences that could come behind it. And we both were supposed to be prepared for it. So when stuff got real, I decided to be like, hey, I think we should keep it. And you're like, hey, I'm not going to be there regardless. You figure it out. So that leaves me in a tough situation. Like, saying, I didn't want this either, but you rather me take the needle in my body and go through all the pain and stuff like that just because you don't want to.
Mm.
But then at the same time, it's like I have a decision because what if he did want to? What if
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to be a dad and I didn't want to be a mom? So I'm just like, forget your feelings to the side. This is my body, my choice. I'm going to get rid of the baby. I don't care what you say. I'm not ready. But it's just double standards, I guess, because it is my body and I feel it because a man can never be a woman and a woman can't be a man.
Right.
I feel like when it comes to a man, that their feelings are not vocalized. They're supposed to be tough. They're supposed to be stern. They're supposed to do all these things. But I think that men are still vulnerable and they have feelings too. They might not just show it because how they're supposed to be raised. But in
Yeah.
my mindset, I feel like that if I'm in a situation, we both have fun, it is what it is. I have a baby. It's something we need to talk about. It's serious. Okay, at this moment, it's a shocker because I'm
Mm-hmm.
shocked that it came back positive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to come to you and tell you that it's positive. And we just sneaky links. You know what I'm saying? This is cool.
Facts.
Right.
We just,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? I gotta tell you that I'm pregnant. That's a big deal. A baby is a big deal.
Right.
And people
Mm-hmm.
take that for granted. A baby is a big deal. And
Oh
people
yeah.
take that for granted
Yeah.
because they always put on the woman. I'm not mad because I am a woman. It takes a big toll on us mentally, physically, emotionally, everything that we decide to do, whether we decide to keep it or not. All of it
Mm-hmm.
is just
It's a
a
lot.
lot
A lot.
to
That's a
everything,
big
our
fact.
whole being.
Yeah.
Everything
Damn.
it's with us is our whole baby.
Yeah.
It's a big being within us. So I feel like that we should tell them, and they say, "No, I can't do this," and they freak out. I feel like that we should wait a week and then go back and talk to them again. Like this is serious.
Mm-hmm.
You give
Let
a
me
nigga a
holler at you
week.
again. Let me see
Like let me holler at
Yeah.
you
how.
7 days. You got 7 days
We
and
got
I'm
7 days to figure this out. Listen, because I'm gonna tell you one day you freak out 2 days later, I'm gonna hit you up again. Like, listen, this is serious. And if you really feel like this, you really are not in the mindset you can't do this, then it's really just on me. Because we
Mm-hmm.
both, I feel like we both made the decision. Like, okay, he's really saying that he can't do this. He can't. He can't do
Right.
this.
mm-hmm.
So
Right.
now
Fact.
it's on me. Like, I want to put my body through the trauma of just getting rid of it, live my life free. I have no attachment to the dude, or should I live my life like I'm being pregnant. I have to take care of him. I know he's not going to be here. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
decision you have to make
Right.
mentally. Are you emotionally ready for it? Are you physically ready for it? This is
You
something you
won't
have to
think about
do.
it all the time when you was sitting there like, yo, man, this is
I
man,
said
this
if I had the opportunity
Hey, bro,
now,
hey, look. So it's like, I'm like, this is the funny. I want to hear what you got to say too. But this is the funny thing. Well, this is the real thing. When you with somebody, you like, what I mean, it depends. You like, you know what? I'm thinking about this. Nah, at the time, it depends how you meet the person too. So you should know all of this as well because you got like, no, this person gonna be the perfect baby father. You don't know that for real.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's
Father, like,
That nigga could might
hey,
be a fucking nigga be on some next level shit. Like, trust me, but it's a crazy
well,
world, bro.
I
I
just feel
mean,
like you just don't
what you
know.
thought, sis? I want to hear what you got to say on that one too.
okay, so I don't think so. I'm in agreement kind of with both of y'all because I don't feel like a woman is wrong if she decides to, but at the same time, going into it, that like she said, you have that's a decision as a woman that you have to make. If he's already telling you ahead of time, like, no, I don't want this child, it's like, okay, well, that's up to us to make that decision on whether we're gonna keep the baby or not. But then we was also talking about yesterday. We were saying how, okay, what if the roles reverse? What if the guy decided that he wanted to keep the baby and the female was like, I don't want the baby? In my opinion, I feel like both parties have choices, you know. So
Mm.
if a guy decided like, oh, I want to keep the baby, I think, he should have that right as well as a woman having that right as well. But it's a like she
But
said,
yeah,
it's a
that's
lot. It's a
crazy though.
huge decision. And it also, I mean, if it's just a person you just hooking up with, I mean, I guess it is different because that person, I mean, you probably don't really want to have a baby with that person, but unfortunately, it was a slip up.
It's
So
fucked
now
up.
it's like, okay, what do I do? you
Like,
know?
you know the nigga from Menace to Society? The nigga from Menace to Society be in the back of your head, like, you know you done fucked up, right? I swear to God.
yeah.
So how do you feel, like you said, as people, okay, so when the roles is reversed,
Mhm.
and it's like, you as a female, because this is a good question. You
Mhm.
as a female, so I say to you, like, listen, I want to keep the baby, and you like, nah, I'm not ready for this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, you have to carry the baby for 9 months. I can't sit there and make you, even if unless I was the one a white snake moan when he locked her up on the cage. Remember he had her on the chain. Remember when Danny Glover had her to the chain the table. You can't get crazy like that. So it's like, how do you do it? But we're not like, I
Yeah.
want to keep the baby. I don't have no kids. I'm ready to be a father. You're like, well, listen, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still out here. I'm living my life. It's a lot. You asked me to settle down 9 months. That's almost a year. And to have a
Mm-hmm.
baby that I don't want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get with you, but I still gonna do it for 9 months. Like, so
Uh,
how you feel about it? How does that work?
you want to go
That
first?
Most of them gonna say no.
no, I mean that is true, and unfortunately, I feel like I mean at the end of the day, it's still a it's still a woman's choice. But I do feel like,
Yeah, but that's
and I
bullshit.
feel like, I mean, I feel like if a guy really wanted, the woman should, I think a female should really consider it though. Like, okay, even if she don't want the
She said
baby,
consider
she
it.
can carry the baby. But hey, I'm letting you know, after these 9 months, this baby yours. I ain't helping. This ain't like,
Oh,
I
that's how
feel
you.
like a woman
Oh, okay.
should
You on
if
that
you want to
type
be
of
like
shit?
that, then
Okay.
have
You
that
want to flip shit
yeah,
around? I
like
like that
here,
though.
I'm gonna give that baby to you.
Yeah, don't
After I'm done,
yeah.
it's yours. I'm out. Don't look for me. Don't ask for
It's
nothing.
Nah,
really,
fuck that. I want child support and all that. I
Huh?
want the
it's
whole
not
shit.
really, it's not really flipping though. It's not really flipping though.
Yeah.
Because if I told him that I want to have the baby, he said no, I'm out, I'm bouncing, I'm not signing the birth certificate, whatever. It's on me, so it's not
Yeah.
really flipping. If
True.
he said he really wants to be a mother, so y'all don't want to be a mother, and I get a baby to you, it's the same thing that he would have did. He'd have bounced and been with other women because he just
Exactly.
don't want to be a dad. So it's the same thing.
Right.
But I just
Right.
feel like if the situation is, if you want me to really have this baby and you're going to be there and you mean that, then it's a conversation that you're going to keep having before I go
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
there.
what they should do in class?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm raising my hand. I had a question. You know how they do in class? Like, I'm raising my hand. I got a question. Excuse me, lady. Hold on. Hey, look, this how you do it in the show. You know, remember how
Bring
you
this
watch it?
shit back.
Break it down. Hold on. Because when we
Rewind.
started this conversation, and I said, okay, so if the female she has the baby, and I say I don't want it, okay, I respect the fact that you're doing it as a woman, more power to you, but you can't be mad at the man if he says I want nothing to do with it because, you know what I mean? I told you before, you decided to go all the way through. When it was the
Mm-hmm.
embryo, we're not going to get that technical into it. So y'all was like, well, no, because it's woman power and we have to be empowered. I'm empowered by that. But then it seemed like you were dragging the man a little bit, like saying he was going to be tainted in a bad light because he should still be there because,
I
hold on, because what we had consensual intercourse.
Right.
I
It
never
That
wasn't,
nigga
it
brought
wasn't
up
over the top.
consensual.
I
So
never
it's consensual. So it's like, why? If we looking at the mirror both ways, I'm here to consider the bad guy. Then I gotta be like, well,
But
you
I
got like
agree
this
with
selfish.
that. I agree
I
with that.
totally agree with that.
You
I
did
agree
though.
with
I
that.
agree with you. I
I
agree with
never
you.
say nothing about that. I just said as the situation, I disagree with her. I said the situation is that if it was the other way around and I didn't want to be a mother and you
Right.
really want to be a dad, if I considered to take this baby and carry it for you 9 months and I gave it to you, it'd be the same difference if you didn't want the baby and I carried and decided to raise it for myself.
Right.
If I gave it to you after I gave birth, now you the daddy. You wanted the baby, I told you I wasn't ready. So
Right.
why is it not the same thing? Because when it comes to mothers, we get discarded as how could you carry a baby for 9 months and not take care of her and not want nothing to do with it? I said I wasn't
Was
ready.
ready.
How can you
Exactly.
determine when a mother is ready, but a
Mm-hmm.
father can be ready when he's not into his 50s? How's that
They
fair?
got Uno cards in their pockets, bro. Reverse back to you. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't
that's
seen
that's
it.
her. Yeah, see what it
Yeah,
is this is the truth. I'm gonna shut this shit down real quick. The truth is this. This is the truth. The truth is this right here. If the woman, if the man, if the woman wants the baby,
Mm-hmm.
I repeat, because I got Uno cards too. If the woman wants the baby,
Mm-hmm.
it is called pro-choice.
Okay.
If the man does not want the baby, no, I said that all fucked up. Repeat again. If the woman wants the baby,
Right.
don't want the baby. If she don't want the baby, if she don't want the
Oh
baby,
yeah, she don't
it's
want. It's
pro-choice.
right.
If the man don't want the baby, he's a deadbeat.
That's
And
true.
that's what's the truth of the matter.
That.
of the masses and the minds in the wilderness of America.
That is very true.
So that's that.
But it shouldn't be because
both deadbeats.
right. That's what I was
If a
saying.
nigga don't want the baby, they gonna that nigga's a deadbeat. If the chick don't want the
Well,
baby,
the mother
yeah,
don't
girl,
want
that's
it.
pro-choice. Yeah, go get an abortion.
Yeah, I feel like both, and that's why I sent you that song because at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you remember that song I made a while ago live when I was like, you know what I mean? It was a while old fireworks song, and I was speaking to the kids that I had abortion. So it's like at the end of the day, the kid didn't ask for none of that. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you look at your daughter or your son, you know what I mean? Your sons, you look at your children, you're like, man, she was in that situation. So you're like, oh man, like, you know what? Hey, I'm glad that I do have this person here because this person gives me a bundle of joy. Like, it doesn't matter what this person has done in my
Mm-hmm.
life. And you brought me a bundle of joy. You made me look at life totally different and a
Different.
totally
Right.
different way. So it's like the bittersweet. When you
Mm-hmm.
young, you make young decisions. But as you get older, you gotta realize, that, man, like this person I could have had here. That might have been the next freaking Obama, or you know what I mean. You never know. You just
Yeah.
took something out of here that didn't choose to be here because you were playing adult games, but you weren't really adult minded. Like that's not really fair. So like you both deadbeats in my opinion.
Right.
Mm.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but I think
Both.
society definitely needs to look at that the same way us as women have rights, men have rights as well. And they shouldn't be looked any kind of way if they choose, even though it's unfortunate, it's chosen a lot sometimes, but we have to respect that if a man feels that they're not ready, they're just not ready. And then us as a woman, we just have to take that extra thought and consideration that hey, I'm gonna have to either raise this child by myself, give this child up for adoption, or I'm gonna have to terminate this child.
Damn,
So
nigga said terminate.
yeah, that's
Wow.
what you're doing.
Terminator.
That's exactly that's what they say though when you go
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
That's what they say though when you go there. They
Oh, that
terminate it.
shit
Like
say
it's
terminate?
yeah.
terminate. Yes.
Hmm.
Nah.
So yeah.
Wait, so you know, and you know,
Well,
I
I've
don't
never
know.
been to the clinic. I just was using the word because I've heard them say
That's
the word
crazy.
terminate. I've
Terminate.
heard them say
But
that before.
yeah, that's exactly how it is. So you gotta think though, because a man will never be a woman, and a woman
Correct.
will never
Facts.
be a man. So you
Right.
don't understand a double standard. A man be like, it's so hard on me, so hard on me, so hard on me, but it is as a woman too. Because when you're a deadbeat or whatever, you don't want to be a father or stuff like that, they let that play cool. But as soon as a mother don't want to be a mother,
Yeah. She
everything
gets talked.
breaks loose. How
She
could you
gets
not
talked
love your
about.
child? You cared for 9 months. You did all this. You did all that, but you don't want to be a mother.
Right.
How is that not okay for me? Who's the woman go get an abortion because I'm just not ready? I'm not mentally stable. I'm not emotionally stable. I cannot handle this. I am not ready to be a mother. When they say that,
Mm.
you gonna just kill your baby. It's the end of the world. When a man say, I got money for abortion, let's get rid of it because I'm not ready to be a dad, then that's cool. But the mother who
Hmm.
terminated it is double standards on both ends. Because
Right.
once you have a baby and bring it here, when the man say I'm not ready to be, that he's a deadbeat for the rest of his life. The same woman that say I'm not ready to be a mother, he was ready to be a father.
Right.
Guess what she is? You killed your kids.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I killed the kids,
That's
but
true.
you was just a
But I
deadbeat.
don't know.
When I brought
I
the kids
don't really
here,
know.
when I brought the kids here, he can come back
What you
anytime
mean?
he want to.
What you mean?
But you
I'm
know, like
listening.
it's pro-choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, that's why they have all these different mechanisms and things for y'all to do if y'all don't want to, because it's catered to the woman more than anything. This whole world is catered to the woman more than anything. So I feel like I do feel like people, like your family will be like, yo, how could you do that, whatever, right? But I think the majority out of like just how we all look at it, it's like it's common to do that. And it's not really that negative stigma as especially us, you know what I'm saying, where it's like a deadbeat father's not raising their sons or their daughters. They got programs for females. They got, the judicial system got all these different programs. If you ain't got a father, they step in, the government take care of you, all that. So I do feel like I hear where you coming from on that though, but I think it's way more people that look at it as that shit is just regular, degular, schmegular because that's where we at. If you really think about it.